I'd like to tell you a dream that I had when I was a child. When I was 10 or 11 years old, I saw God the Father outside my parents' home, standing between two trees. And in my dream, I was standing in front of the trailer at the end of the trailer. And when I saw God the Father, I saw him standing there looking at me, but I could not see his face. His face was hidden from me. It was completely blank. And in my dream, I saw how strong God the Father looks. His chest was strong looking. His shoulders were very strong. His tricep was strong. He has a V-shaped body. I saw how strong his neck was, but I couldn't see his face. I saw how his hairstyle looked. It was curly, and in my dream, I saw how strong his thighs were, and I couldn't see his hands, feet, or his neck because it was blurry. He didn't want me to see the skin color of his hands, feet, or neck because he knew how people would react, and he didn't reveal that to me. But in my dream as a child, I saw the style of his robe, and I saw linings on his robe. I don't know how many linings were they. They could have been 7, because the number 7 is perfection. And I'm going to explain how strong his upper body is. His triceps right here went up a little bit and went across. He has ripped triceps, and his neck was very strong. I saw the linings of his neck, the linings of his chest. He's very strong looking. He's a giant, and I saw how strong his thighs were, and I couldn't see how strong his arms were because his robe was long. It went down from right here and it went across like that. I couldn't see how strong his biceps or his triceps or forearms were, but I saw how strong his shoulders were. They were strong. And in my dream, I couldn't see his face because it was blank. I saw straight through his face. And when I saw straight through his face, I remember seeing a branch behind him. And he completely hid his face from me. He didn't allow me to see his face in this dream. And I saw him standing there for a second, and then I saw him walking towards me. 2 steps. He took 2 steps, and by 2 steps, I was underneath the trailer. I ran from him at that age. I truly believe God the Father left heaven and came to earth at that time when I was 10 or 11 years old. I choose to reveal this secret dream because I believe they want me to, who is Jesus Christ and God the Father. And when I saw God the Father standing there, I didn't see a tree in the middle when I was 10 or 11 years old, because there was a tree there. There was a real tree there. I remember when I was 15 or 16 years old, I remember God striking that tree down with lightning. I didn't know why until now. He wanted me to know that he stood there when I was 10 or 11 years old. And he knew, God the Father knew I would mention this on YouTube. So last month, he gave me a dream of taking 2 trees in the front yard. In my dream, I dreamt those 2 trees were taken. They were gone. And when I saw the foundation of these 2 trees outside in the front yard, it was completely flat. I didn't see no roots or nothing. It was completely gone. And in my dream, in reality, the middle tree, when it was struck down by lightning when I was 15 or 16 years old, I remember I was in the living room and watching television, and it was thundering and lightning, and I hear this loud thunder. It struck this tree down, and I go outside. I didn't go outside. I looked through the window, and I saw this tree getting struck by lightning. I didn't see the lightning. I saw the tree down, and when I saw the tree go down, it didn't come across my mind. Oh, I wasn't wondering why the tree was struck by lightning until later on. I figured out, I remember the dream that I had when I was little. God was there. And then the second dream, not too long ago, last week, I dreamt I was outside because God the Father knew I would mention this on YouTube again. And in my dream, when I saw God the Father, I was standing 2-3 feet before him. And when I saw him, I didn't see his feet. I didn't see him the second time in the exact spot where I saw him. I saw him in my dream the first time. And in my dream, I didn't see him stand before him. In my dream, he wanted me to stand before him. I know exactly where he stood in my dream. And where he stood in my dream, I felt terrified. No, I didn't. Not last night. He knew I would mention this. Right before I woke up, I felt terrified, like something's gonna happen, and something great's gonna happen. God the Father can do anything he wants. He can prove himself to everyone, to anyone. Because I asked God the Father, when I tell my dream on YouTube, they're not gonna believe me. Christians, saints are not gonna believe me. I've told my family, I could tell if they believe me or not. And I keep believing, I keep trusting them, I keep expecting something that would happen. And I would like to mention a Bible character, Moses, because Moses couldn't see God the Father's face. I can relate to Moses because I didn't see God the Father's face, neither did Moses. I would like to tell you the scriptures in the Bible were Moses in the glory of the Lord in Exodus chapter 33. I'll get straight to it. Then Moses said, "Now show me your glory." And the Lord said, "I will cause all my goodness to pass in front of you. I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion." But he said, "You cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live." Then the Lord said, "There is a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you in the cliff in the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will remove my hand, and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen." In the Old Testament, the law, Moses got to actually see God the Father, how he was a giant. Moses saw his back part. He saw how strong his back was. He saw how strong his rear ends. He saw how strong his back thighs. He saw how strong his back part muscles were. But when he saw God the Father walking away, he saw the glory going that way from him. But when I saw God the Father in my dream, he eliminated his glory. He wanted me to show how strong he is. He's a giant. God the Father is very strong looking. He's a bodybuilder type. And in my dream, I I could understand why I saw him, because it is grace. It's like it is by the grace of Jesus Christ I got to see the front part of God the Father, and when I saw him, I I don't I didn't want to tell anybody. I kept it a secret because I knew they wouldn't believe me. The first people I told were close family, and I knew that he would give me dreams, and he's worked with me in dreams since I was a child. I remember dreaming going through galaxies, universes, seeing cloud colors, stars when I was 5 or 6 years old. And I truly believe that God the Father visited Earth. I believe he left heaven and he came here. I know it's hard to believe, and it was even hard for me to believe. I believe he actually stood there outside here at home. And if he wanted to open my eyes like he opened Alicia's eyes, when Alicia saw the chariots, armies of God, I believe I would have saw God the Father, and I would have ran from him. Because during that time, my dad and I were working pipes underneath the trailer. And I remember at that age, the tents beside the trailers were open. And I can't believe I saw how God the Father looks. He's a giant. He's strong looking. And I don't know why he chose me. I'm not very smart. I'm slow. And I know that I've asked God the Father, what would have happened if God the Father saw, what would have happened to Moses if Moses saw your face? How would he have passed away? And I've asked God the Father, I understand why last week I dreamt I was standing before him. It's because I've asked him to let me see your face in my dream. And I told God the Father what would happen if I were to see your face in my dream. And I tried my best to explain my dreams, and it's for him to decide. It's, I believe, for both of them to decide and agree together. And that's how I seen God the Father. That's how I saw him in my dream. And there's a second dream, which I'll mention later on, how I saw him on his throne. But I forgot to mention how God the Father's heart looked like. Specifically, his heart doesn't look like a Valentine heart shape. It looks like a human heart. It was a giant ruby human heart. And if I have forgotten anything, I would mention it again. About seeing God the Father in my dream as a child. And I hope anyone believes this. And I know that they know that I've mentioned this